In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to handle the exception. So why we need to handle the exception? Because the purpose of handling the exception is to make the program robust. Robust means strong. A robust program does not terminate in the middle. So now let's move to the examples. Before going to write some example, we need to know what are the steps followed to handle the exception. So the first step is a try block. Try block means when there may be a possibility of exception in the program, then programmer will put all the code in the try block. The second step is a except block. The programmer should write the except block where he should display the exception detail or a custom message. The third one is a finally. Finally block is written in the last, and the finally block are used to execute a final program whether there is an exception or not. So now let's move to the example to understand the exception handling. Here I just opened a Python shell, and now I'm gonna create a simple program to show you how to handle the exception. So now, as I already said, the code should be keep inside the try block. So here I simply want to print something. Write something, and after that, as I already said, the second step is a except. It will print some message if the code is incorrect inside the try block. Please write something correctly. Okay, and now I'm gonna run this module. So here I'm gonna simply write something which is hello world. Here we did not get any error, and now I'm gonna change something inside this. Just remove this n character inside the input method. So this input method is incorrect, and now I'm gonna run this module. So here we get a except message, please write something correctly. We did not get any error message because the except will simply show you the user defined message. Now I'm gonna simply print this module again. We get the exact result, which is, so this is a try block and this is the except block. And now I'm gonna create a simple example to understand the exception handling more. And now I'm gonna use a while loop. After that I'll put true, and inside the while loop we're gonna declare try block and the except block. So inside the try block it will take some input, which is input write something. After that it will break the try block if the input is correct. Inside the except block, please write correctly. So now I'm gonna change this input in int typo. So here this variable only accept a integer value. And now I'm gonna run this module. Here you can say the program is executed correctly, and now I'm gonna write something 90, so it will accept a integer. And now we run this module again. Hello, here you can see please write correctly. This except block will show a message, please write correctly. After that if I have again some string, we get again a message, please write correctly. So until it will get a integer, then it will correct the process. So this is a absolute example to understand a try block and a except block. And now we are going to use a finally block inside this program. It will simply print a message which is over, which means that this final block will not depend on this except and this try block. Whenever we type a integer value, here we can see the finally block is executed. And now if I give some different value which is a string, so here we can see this is a accept message and this is a final message. So here we can see the final message will not depend on this accept and this try block. If your try block is right or wrong, this finally statement will print at the end. So this is a optional inside the exception. So if you want to print something at the last, then we use a finally block, or if you want to execute something in the last, then we have to use a final block. So this is all about a exception in Python.